Education is a personal and collective venture borne by students, families, the community, employers, and the government. Financing education is an approach by which government and other stakeholders can contribute financially to achieve the right to education. Sources of such financing include loans, bursaries, community fundraising, and donor support. Most of these sources have a common intention, that of increasing access to quality education and affordability. Article 43(1) of the 2010 Constitution of Kenya recognizes that every person has the right to education and stipulates that every child has the right to free and compulsory education, as stipulated under Article 53(1)(b). In 2008, Kenya launched Vision 2030 as a vehicle for accelerating the transformation of the country into a rapidly industrializing middle-income nation. By the year 2030, the government has since then prioritized reforming its education system as the means to achieving this goal. However, as the country continues to address challenges of education financing, governance, and accountability, there has been an existing gap in empowering students undertaking business professional courses. It is through the existence of this gap that an idea was conceived in 2017.
In the course of undertaking our CSR responsibilities, we also realized that there are people out there who wanted to undertake or pursue Kasneb examinations, but they could not, because they could not afford. And we started asking ourselves, how could we address that? So in terms of the vision, this was aligned to the Kenya 2030 vision to enhance the quality of life of the Kenya peoples. And you might ask, how does starting a foundation, a small foundation like the one we have, enhance the quality of life of Kenyans? But I think what is important is how many people do you touch?
Kasneb is a public institution which is supposed to serve all persons in the society. Because remember, they play a critical role in strengthening the space of accountability in this country. And therefore, in that place, you recognize that there are some people who are brilliant, they have the interest, but they do not have the resources and opportunity. So we are looking outside to expand the scope of our mandate as Kasneb. And therefore, we require another institution, because that's not our core mandate as Kasneb, but the mandate of Kasneb then must be infused with another institution whose core mandate will be to help us realize that vision, of course within the Kasneb strategic plan.
Kasneb Foundation was born. It was born by visionaries who had a clear reflection of how the future should look. They then set out concrete steps to bring that vision to life and lead a team of implementers in that direction.
Kasneb works within the structure of Kenya. You know that Kenya has Vision 2030. One of the strongest pillars of Vision 2030 is the social pillar, and education is a part of it. Lifting up people is part of it, and therefore the Kasneb Foundation must be seen in that longer vision.
By having such a foundation, we could then, in terms of funding, also try and address that issue of creating equal access for as many people as possible. And those are actually goals that have been spelled at that global level.
The foundation was registered in 2019 with the following objectives: to hold money and assets in trust and to utilize the same for the issuance of loans and bursaries, to administer a loan scheme in partnership with reputable lending institutions, financial institutions, and authorized bodies to issue loans and bursaries to eligible beneficiaries and to invest in the community as a way of giving back to the society.
Kasneb's vision is an empowered and globally recognized business professionals. So what the foundation does is that the foundation issues loans and bursaries to needy students who are taking Kasneb exams. We issue loans and bursaries to students from across all counties in Kenya, all the 47 counties. Students with, who are financially challenged, orphans, people with disabilities. And by doing so, we are enabling Kasneb reach people who would have otherwise been disenfranchised because of their needy status.
Established as part of Kasneb, the examination body, the Foundation's activities were designed to be complementary to the mandate of Kasneb.
And the reason why it was set up was basically to say we reach out to one person in Nairobi, slum area, for example, or in Lamu, or in Marsabit, or Turkana, or even in Narok, where they have not really maybe have established farms or businesses that run using accountancy profession. So the reason why it came up was to be able to actually expand the coverage of this country in terms of the academic, the professional programs that we run at Kasneb.
When we give them the loans and the bursaries, they become professionally empowered through the skills that they build. We also, it also connects with the vision of Kasneb because as a government agency, we have a responsibility for service delivery. And so we deliver that service to the needy Kenyan. It's a critical component.
The UN Sustainable Development Goal number 4 targets to ensure inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all. SDG 4 has 10 targets. Key among them is the increased number of people with relevant skills for financial success and elimination of discrimination in education.
The SDGs, together with the Vision 2030 and Kasneb strategic plan, all working in sync. The foundation is at the center of it. So that will be our vision. So it might have started small, like something to help create a sustainability within Kasneb and also bring the disadvantage into the market. But now, once we crystallize the vision, you can see the bigger picture. It's a global positioning, is a national positioning, is an institutional positioning.
To be able to qualify for a Kasneb Foundation loan or bursary, an applicant must meet the entry requirements for the Kasneb qualification they desire to be examined on.
So I think the primary eligibility criteria is what the foundation is trying to assist people or students with. So we're primarily trying to help disadvantaged students, those from poorer communities, marginalized communities, persons with disabilities, and those with the most need. That would be the primary criteria. Above that, I would say an individual would need to either be a registered Kasneb student or a self-study Kasneb student or accredited to a training institution, and thereby will be applicable provided they meet certain minimum entry requirements for each of the courses that are being offered for bursaries and loans from the foundation.
During the loan processing, a thorough screening method ensures that only deserving cases are considered and that no barrier which disproportionately affects poor students and those marginalized areas exists.
The administration of the funds is being managed through a partnership between Kasneb Foundation and the Higher Education Loans Board. The applicants apply for either a loans or bursaries, and these applications are then tested through a criteria that has been developed by the trustees of Kasneb Foundation. Successful applicants will either receive a loan or a bursary. The loan component, when the candidates will be paying back over time, would also allow the continued sustainability of the Kasneb Foundation funds.
In ensuring the success of the fund's operations, the foundation works with accredited training institutions.
What we require from the accredited training institutions is first to sign a memorandum of understanding with the Higher Education and Loans Board. This memorandum of understanding is basically for them to commit to expend the funds based on the main purpose for which the money has been expended, and that is tuition for the respective students who will attend training in those institutions.
The Higher Education Loans Board is a state corporation in the Ministry of Education established to provide sustainable finance to Kenyans pursuing higher education through mobilization and prudent management of resources. As a partner of the foundation, HELB provides the crucial infrastructure and administers funds that are disbursed annually.
Any of these two institutions have got their mainstay. That is what they do. Kasneb, renowned for giving quality examination of business and accounting, and HELB, renowned for many years for being able to give financial intervention to desperate students who want to pursue, higher education. So when you look at those commonalities, you find that actually in more than one way, we are then coming together, and our strategies or our visions, our aspirations were then coming together, and therefore coming together between us and Kasneb Foundation, it was much, much easier.
So the entry of Higher Education Loans Board into this partnership really opened doors for making the work easier for Kasneb. We did not have to reinvent the wheel in terms of appointing or selecting the applicants. Because there will be, every time you advertise for funding in the form of scholarships and bursaries, you get thousands and thousands of applicants. And so we think that as Kasneb, we have learned a lot from the experience of the board, Higher Education Loans Board, and especially Richard Ringera, who has been our board of trustee member for the foundation.
As a measure to safeguard efficiency and accountability, the foundation maintains data on all the beneficiaries to ascertain the granted facilities meet their intended goals.
First of all, retain the data for all the beneficiaries in each and every cycle. Once we have the data, we undertake analytics to understand the profiles of these applicants, to understand their needs. And other than that, we also undertake surveys from time to time just to check whether they are satisfied with the services we are offering, just to check their need levels, checking whether things have changed, and particularly on things that they may require just beyond even studying.
It is against this realization that the foundation undertook the steps in monitoring and evaluation to track the progress of beneficiaries. We embarked on a journey to the counties to meet beneficiaries of the current financial cycle. This is Marigat Town. Marigat is a fast-growing town located in the lowlands of Baringo County. We arrive at Ngambo sub-location, L3 Village, the home of Amon Sergio. Coming from a humble background comes with challenges of access to quality education that impacts on the academic performance. In 2019, Lake Baringo experienced an unexpected rise in its water levels, resulting in catastrophic flooding that submerged the villages around the lake.
So we had rain around 3 months consecutive. It was heavy, every day. That one expands the water volume in Lake Baringo. Our home the actual home where I was born, it submerged. By then I was in third year campus. I had to come out. I think the whole semester I was out to help the parent to settle at this place now that we are in. So we had to rebuild afresh. It's like a young man want to start a new life.
Families and households were displaced, breaking not just their pursuit for livelihoods, but also their social systems. Amon and his family lived close to 6 kilometers from the shores, but they were not spared.
It's just raining, and then you see around the fence some water start moving into your compound, and then the level start coming up to some extent. The house that you see now, these ones, the water moved up to the fisherboards level, so the doors and windows, they are filled already. Around evening time, 7 p.m. So everywhere was dark, and also it is raining at the same time. So moving out with mud and water and heavy loads, it was not easy.
But 2 years after overcoming the negative effects of the floods, Amon went back to study and became a beneficiary of the Kasneb Foundation funding.
Being a beneficiary has helped me a lot, since I had a problem with the funds to facilitate me in my studies. I applied the loan and I was given also the bursary. This has reduced or relieved the burden, the burden from my parent.
He believes the challenges he faced at home made him stronger and remains hopeful with great ambition.
Yeah, I wish to become a financial manager and entrepreneur in a way that I learned not everyone can handle institutional resources and bring more ideas, or to bring more knowledge, or to be proactive in gaining new skills and bring benefits to the institution.
When he is not studying, Amon also helps his mother around the home. He is currently volunteering at the Kenya School of Government, Baringo.
Sasa nashukuru sasa ile watu ya foundation kwa sababu alisaidia mimi. Nimeona kweli mkono ya Mungu kutoka hiyo watu ya foundation alisaidia mimi. Sasa mtoto yangu amepata hiyo pesa. Na amefanya mtihani. Ameenda graduation. Na nashukuru nyinyi kabisa.
Our next stop takes us to Keio South constituency in Elgeyo Marakwet County. We arrive at Soi North Ward, Chepsikot Village, the home of Bernadine Kandie, a student and mother of one. She says her struggles with access to education started when she was in primary school. With none of her parents in any gainful employment, Bernadine says there were more pressing needs facing her family, and schooling was not one of them.
Penye nilimaliza sekondari, ilibidi nikae nyumbani for 3 years hivi. Juu sasa hizo masiku hatukuwa na pesa. Nikakaa, nikafanya biashara. Hii nilikuwa nimekuambia hii ya kuuza. Nilikuwa nauza nyanya, maembe.
Bernadine benefited from the first loan and bursary cycle of the foundation. She is currently pursuing CPA 3 at the Eldo Star College of Accountancy in Eldoret Town. She is indebted to the foundation for empowering her.
Kitu yenye ningetaka kuambia watu wa Kasneb Foundation Loans and Bursaries, mimi kama mmoja wao wenye wali benefit, mimi nimeshukuru sana na msidi kusaidia watu wengine na mtazidi kubarikiwa.
Kericho County. Kericho is the biggest town in Kericho County, located in the highlands west of the Kenyan Rift Valley. Standing on the edge of the Mau Forest, Kericho has a warm and temperate climate, making it an ideal location for agriculture and in particular, the large-scale cultivation of tea. Our visit takes us to Niksham Institute or NSPSI College, an accredited institution that offers business and technical courses and also Kasneb programs. NSPSI started as a Millennium Development Educational Initiative to benefit the communities around Kericho, Rift Valley and Kenya at large. Here we meet Joanne and Lillian. They are friends and beneficiaries of the foundation loan. Born in a family of 8, Joanne Kaino grew up in Iten, the capital town of Elgeyo Marakwet County. Joanne says she enjoys studying business courses. She has a passion for investments and having the knowledge will help her to encourage people to live responsibly by caring and investing for the future.
Once I am a CPA, ningependa kuwa a professional accountant in any firm, in any non-firms. And other than doing that, ningependa pia kufunza CPA. I have a passion in that, kufunza, na mostly ningemeja kwa CPA and accounting courses. And impact to the society, na pia kufunza wale watu wako na passion ya kufanya CPA.
She says the foundation loan was instrumental in facilitating her studies and has advice to anyone wishing to undertake the Kasneb qualifications.
Don't just stay at home saying maybe sina pesa. Come out and seek financial assistance from such foundations as Kasneb Foundation. They are there and they are willing to help. So just come out, apply and do your thing, and there you will pass.
Lillian Vitenyi is a beneficiary of the foundation loan. She hails from Emuhaya constituency, Vihiga County. She is pursuing her CPA studies at intermediate level.
The first skill I've acquired is time management skill. In anything you do, you must be able to allocate your time, prioritize everything that you do, allocate the time to each and every specific task. The next thing is critical thinking. In order for you to solve a particular problem, you must look at it all possible angles and be an independent thinker and research about it in order for you to arrive at the correct decision.
According to Lillian, her studies have enabled her to gain valuable career experience on and off campus and believes she is ready to confront her next challenge.
Apart from being a professional accountant, I will also like to be a great entrepreneur in the agricultural sector.
It has emerged that the most considerable challenge that stands in the way of meeting the demand for higher education and college training in Kenya is funding. Although the government plays a pivotal role in financing university and tertiary education, public funds remain scarce. With the increase in the number of needy students, it is interventions such as those by the foundation that help bridge the gap.
Before the COVID, there were challenges. When the COVID came, it has become a big challenge for for the parents to pay fees. They take time to actually pay these fees. However much we've actually tried to reduce the fees for the students, it is still a challenge. And with the introduction of the foundation, the Kasneb Foundation, we are finding it that it is a cushion to the students, because they are actually applying for these bursaries and the loans. So it is actually assisting the students now.
Our journey back to Nairobi County takes us to the KCA University. KCA University is a leading provider of business and information technology training in Kenya and the Africa region. KCA is an accredited institution and a partner to the foundation.
KCA University Technical College offers various courses that are offered by Kasneb. We have actually all the courses that Kasneb offers, right from the vocational courses. We have certificate courses, we have diploma courses, we have professional courses, and recently we also launched the post-professional qualification programs.
At KCA, we meet Beryl and Joseph. They are both beneficiaries of the Kasneb Foundation loans.
Is the body that is in charge of regulating the general conduct of accountants.
Beryl Aoko, the firstborn of 4, grew up in Kayole, and despite facing challenges of access to education financing, she is currently undertaking her CPA 4. Beryl is appreciative of the foundation's interventions so far.
In my studies, I can say that it helped me because I was able to sit for ATD3 exams and CPA 3 exams consecutively, considering that if it wouldn't have been for the funds, I would have maybe have to stop at ATD3, maybe take a break, then come and do CPA 3 later. Yeah, but I was able to do ATD3 and CPA 3 consecutively.
Upon successful completion of her CPA 6, Beryl is quite clear as to who will be her first employer.
Okay, my interest right now lies at being an auditor. I would like to work with KPMG, yes.
Born and bred in Migori County, Joseph Otama is the third born of 5 siblings. He is pursuing Accounting Technician's Diploma or ATD3. For Joseph, he says his application for the funds was on a trial basis.
I was perplexed when I got the information that the Kasneb can offer a loan such alike. So the first time when I got the link, there was just a boy who knew I was struggling. I could just sell my eye. Then I come to school. So I was much interested. So I just tried. When I was trying, I got that it was very easy. Then finally, I got it.
Joseph remains upbeat that the skills he has acquired at KCA will transform his life and that of his family.
In QuickBooks, I can operate computer, form a QuickBook. From there, I know how to correct the books of accounts, such ones. I have a little knowledge in law. In law, we have the financial law. I have a little knowledge because I took that in level 1.
Kasneb graduates, those who have benefited from the foundation through bursaries or through loans, my message to them would be that they become good ambassadors of Kasneb and Kasneb Foundation to spread, first of all, the message about the Kasneb Foundation, that it could assist those who may be needy, but secondly, to be good role models where they go to work or in the businesses that they do, but finally and most importantly, to come back and support the foundation in supporting many other Kenyans. We need to grow a culture of helping people we do not know.
The decisive action toward improving business training financing is to ensure an increased budgetary allocation to the sector to match the growing demand.
So the demand is way higher than actually what we can manage. And that is why we want to applaud Kasneb for coming up with the Kasneb Foundation. It is a very, very brilliant idea that they came up with. And we have quite a number of our students who benefited from the first round that was launched last year. We have around 57 students who benefited. And this has really impacted on them. Some of them had dropped out, but now they are back to class. And we're actually looking forward to the next round so that they can be able to apply again and benefit. So we want to call upon all partners, just like Kasneb, what they have done. We want them to also come up with a kitty which can help the needy students to proceed and progress with their studies.
The financing of Kasneb qualifications in Kenya plays a crucial role in equipping the fast-growing labor force with the advanced skills needed to transform the country into a middle-income economy as envisaged in Vision 2030.
I was giving an example of Mandera. Yeah? So let's assume there are many NGOs there trying to improve SMEs as a sustainability issue. So if a graduate, and the foundation must go beyond just giving the money, to have those programs so that if that person finally graduates from the system and is in Mandera and just goes to SMEs and educates them on basic management skills, basic accounting skills, and they can keep their small records, they can then manage their businesses better. So they don't run into problems with the Kenya Revenue Authority because they have very good books of accounts. They don't run into problems with their own employees. Those SMEs, with time, become the bigger organizations that we can actually export out of the nation.
As a foundation, we believe that success wouldn't be possible without our partners. Through partnerships, we have been able to give a voice to marginalized groups across the country. Kasneb Foundation values partnerships with our sponsors and professional bodies that ensure joint engagement in policy development, capacity building, and removal of institutional barriers.
So Mother Teresa said, I can do things you cannot, you can do things I cannot, and together we can do great things. And that's what partnership is all about. We cannot do everything that we want to achieve on our own. So what we want to achieve through our partnerships, what I envisage is reaching a wider audience beyond who we're reaching right now. I'd want our assumptions to be challenged as well, so that we can adopt new ways of doing things with technology and innovation in mind. And I also want us to form an army of trusted partners who share the same vision of breaking the barriers to professional empowerment.
I appeal to all partners out there that we join hands together to support the Kasneb Foundation. Once we make it a strong foundation, we'll have a number of Kenyans benefiting from it, and these will have an impact in their lives, and that will in turn impact our nation, and of course, it is something that we'll all be proud of.
My clarion call then will be for everybody who cares about these students who are studying these business courses. Let's pull around what Kasneb has put together, and together, just like we say in our own African adages, that actually a kid is raised by the entire village, not the immediate parents only.
I can assure the public of Kenya and beyond that Kasneb Foundation is going to be a good steward of your resources, and the resources that you give us will be put into good use, and accountability and transparency are part of our operational values. I can also assure you that the qualifications we are offering are good, and our professionals are recognized globally.
Ensuring that there are donors who are not one-off donors. A one-off donor can come and give you 100 million today and go away. There are donors who actually kind of fund you on an impact basis. They want to make an impact. So they agree for the first 5 years we are going to give you 50 million every year. Then we shall assess what impact that money has made, and if it has achieved the impact for which we thought, they are going to again further another 5 years. And I think that is what will help also in augmenting that revolving fund to an extent where, as a matter of fact, Kasneb Foundation can become a totally separate organization funding itself from the parent organization.
Oh, I want to encourage anyone who will be watching this program that Kasneb, Kenya Accountants and Secretaries National Examination Board, is an old institution. It has produced over 500,000 graduates. If you are out there as a graduate or you know a graduate, encourage them to partner with Kasneb through giving us more students to come and study at Kasneb or to be examined at Kasneb. And more so, those who are well blessed can also donate, make a donation to Kasneb Foundation, which will now support needy students in all parts of Kenya. So my encouragement to everyone is support this Kasneb Foundation just like a way we have supported Equity Foundation, SCB, among other foundations that are there. We are not competing, but we are complementing each other. We appeal to the county governments, the new governors, and I really want to congratulate the new governors who are elected recently, who have been sworn in, and even the national government. Allow me at this juncture to congratulate His Excellency Dr. William Samoei Ruto, who is the new president of Kenya, to run with the support of education. I know he loves education, and I know he's going. One day we shall appeal to him to visit and support Kasneb Foundation in his own time through support of policy approvals, settlements, and also the funding where possible. Thank you very much.
Our collaboration with like-minded partners is not about an option to choose, but a necessity to strengthen the efficiencies and effectiveness that generate an enhanced impact for a better world. Our country is facing challenges with accessing finance for professional business training. While we are actively working with our partners to provide loans and bursaries to needy students, we welcome your support to make our efforts go even further as we target to support at least 10,000 students annually.